you can't beat a tasty scone, as I'm told, not scone, with a cup of tea. So this morning, we've enlisted the help of Catherine Leyden with her foolproof recipe. Good morning, Catherine. So, scones, but you've got some courgette in them.
Yeah, there's courgette and there's cheese in. These are a savoury scone, Tommy. Ideal to serve with soup or as a snack with smoked salmon, sun-dried tomato and basil, and lots of different toppings you can put on it. Now here I have 300 grams, that's 11 ounces of our cream plain flour. To that we're going to add a teaspoonful of bread soda. And as we've mentioned before, Tommy, bread soda is prone to lumping, so it's important that you sieve it. A level teaspoonful of bread soda, and keep it airtight, otherwise it'll go flat. We have a small sieve here, we just sieve in, save any lumps. Okay. Now, to that we're going to add, rather unusual, Tommy, we're going to add a teaspoonful of light brown sugar. You can use regular sugar just as well. And I find that draws out the flavour of the courgette, as does the good pinch of salt. So in there now we have the flour, the bread soda, and the pinch of salt. And the sugar, of course. Now, to that, we're going to add about 3 tablespoonfuls of chopped chives. Now, the chives, Tommy, are important because the courgette is quite bland. Yeah, so the chives do make a difference to the taste.
Can even smell, you can really smell the chives in these.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Now, here I have 125 grams, that's 4 ounces of grated cheddar cheese. And we'll just mix those ingredients together. And then we're going to add the courgette and the buttermilk or sour milk. Now, here I have the small courgette just grated, coarsely grated. And as I say, the coarse side of the grater is the best. A food processor is inclined to over-mash it and make it too fine. Okay. And here I have about half a pint of buttermilk or sour milk. Now, gradually add the milk because depending on how sweet or how ripe your courgette is, it may have more moisture than not. So just gradually add the milk. And by the way, if there are people for dietary reasons can't use milk, the cow's milk, you could add just a few drops of lemon juice or vinegar to the regular milk.
And tell me, whatever. How moist do you want it? Because you're saying that you don't know how moist the courgette is.
So you see, you just put the courgette in first, Tommy, and then gradually add the liquid.
Right, okay.
Right? Because if you put it all in at once, the mixture may become too wet and it won't be easy to handle. So now that's the consistency. Just a little short on the half pint went into that one. And if I can just show you what that looks like. Now, there's that sticky dough.
Okay, yeah, very good.
Just before I turn that out onto the lightly floured board, we have here our flat baking tray or tin, dusted with some flour, and you preheat that. So you put that into the preheated oven, 200 centigrade, that's 400 Fahrenheit, gas mark 6. And by preheating the tin, you'd have a lovely light, well-risen scone. Now we're just going to toss the mixture out onto that. So
that kind of burns the bottom of it or cooks the bottom of it, is it? So you don't get a soggy bottom.
No soggy bottoms around here, Tommy. Now, we just turn the dough out. Now, I'm not going to make up all this dough, we'll just make a few of them. Now, make sure your oven is preheated. That's very important. No matter what type of scone or scone you're making, your oven must be preheated and at temperature because it's the effect of the heat on the dough that makes it rise nicely. Now, here we have a little bit of flour and then just lightly. Now, you don't want the mixture too dry because if it's dry, it's not going to rise for you. So just lightly roll the dough and then just press it down about 1 inch in thickness, right?
Okay.
Now, we're just going to cut a few of the scones, press down the cutter and lift it up. Do not twist your cutter ever.
Why not?
Just stab it down into the dough.
Why not twist it?
If you twist it, you're going to have a flying top on your scone.
What do you mean a flying top? Sorry. What's a flying top, Catherine?
It blows up and bursts on top. It's not a nice flat, even top on it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So now, we're going to put them onto the preheated tin. They're the ones we're just taking out of the oven. to just put these few on here onto the preheated tin, and they only take, Tommy, about 15 minutes to bake.
Okay.
So just put those in there now, and always put scones to bake, Tommy, in an upper shelf position, up towards the top of your oven.
Right, so that's interesting.
And there we have lovely golden brown bottoms on our scones.
And again...
Now, if you want a soft crust...
Oh, go on ahead.
Just cover it with a clean tea towel and let it cool.
Very good, that's interesting. Why the top of the oven, why not the middle?
Hot air rise at the top part of the oven is always the hottest, even with a fan oven, by the way. And it's important that you get that blast of high heat. So upper shelf position, and your oven must be at the 400 Fahrenheit, 200 centigrade gas mark 6.
Unbelievable.
So really makes that scone perfect for snacks for soup.
You can really, you can smell the chives and the courgettes. It's delicious now. Actually, the cheese as well. Yeah, really good. Really good. I'll steal a few of these for a bowl of soup for lunch, Catherine. Thank you so much again.
Do, Tommy. Great to chat to you, love. Take care.
You too. Chat to you later. See you later.